My goodness, look at that. That is a keeper. Friends, welcome back to the sawmill. This will probably be the last video of the year. Who's up here today? We've got Cabbage up here. Cats are all over the place. We like our cats though, all 9 of them. Got plenty of them. So on the mill, this is a poplar that I started last night. I got to do a blade change before I finish it up. We're doing 1x8s on this one. And once I saw it down to a 6-inch cant, we're going to flip that up and do 1x6s. I got an order for poplar to fill. What do you want? These cats are petted to death. I don't know how they got that way. So this one will go pretty fast once we put the blade on. And after it's over with, I got a really nice log to finish out the year, guys. It's a good looking cherry. It's good size. It's gonna be a nice one. So real quick, guys, well, thank everybody for watching this year on the channel. It's been a lot to me. We've grown more this year than I thought we ever would. We're right at about 106,000 subscribers. So thanks to you guys, I met my goal when I started YouTube about 5 years ago to get to 100,000. So really thank you guys a lot for watching all these years. My goodness, what are you wanting? I'm trying to talk here and thank people, and you're wanting to claw, and you just want attention. That's all you're wanting. I also want to thank Wiles Outdoor Goods for sponsoring this video. I'll shake your hand. They've been sponsoring the channel here for the past few months. I'll leave a link down below to go check them out. It's not an affiliate link or nothing like that, but they do sponsor this channel and keep me wearing some nice work clothes, so I really appreciate them. And I will say this, even if they was not sponsoring the channel, I would still be buying their work clothes. They make nice stuff, really good stuff. Petted to death. Goodness sakes alive. These cats are ruined. Ruined, I tell you. Alright friends, I stopped sawing for just a minute to show you guys what rainbow poplar looks like. I thought we might get some out of this log. I really wasn't sure. I saw some signs of it on the end grain, but it looks like right here in the heartwood of this poplar tree is some really nice rainbow color, and that's caused by a mineral deposit in the soil where the tree grows. Check this out. Beautiful right there. That will double your price of your poplar timber whenever you start seeing that rainbow deposit right there in the grain. Man, that's nice. Looks really good. I wish it was more prevalent, but we'll take what we can get. There it is. That's what you want right there. All those different colors coming through there. Alright friends, here's what's going on. I had to stop for a few minutes, run down to the house and grab some lunch and some more hot coffee. I got the boards laid up here. These are about 11 inches wide, and my order calls for 10 inches wide, so we'll come down and edge these boards. I got, see, 5 on here, no, 6. I got about 5 more behind the camera. Once we do that, we'll put this camp back up here and make 1x6s, and we'll be done, and we'll move on to this really nice cherry. So this is how you edge boards on a sawmill. You just put them up like this and clamp them down. Make sure your back stops are up high enough to keep them nice and square. This is actually a lot easier if you have an edger. And if you're like me, I got an edger, but I ain't put it together yet. It's behind you guys on the pallet still. It's actually going to be going right here. And I just got word from now our new kiln should be here in January. And that thing goes together in about 2 days. So as soon as the kiln gets here, we'll get that thing assembled. All these slabs back here behind me are all air dried, ready for the kiln. We'll load the kiln up with about 3,000 or 4,000 board feet. And then we'll take that edger off the pallet finally and assemble it, put it right here. So hang out with me here, guys. We'll edge these up real fast. We'll do the 1x6s, then we'll move on to the star of the show. That really nice cherry right there. That's a nice log. It's gonna be a good one. Hang out here with me. And I had to redo my coffee. So if anybody needs to refill their coffee, hit the pause button, go ahead and go grab your coffee, and I'll see you back here in just a minute. Can't beat hot coffee. Kind of difficult to load on the sawmill, and the reason I have this timber more toward the back of the sawmill and not on the center of the clamp is because of the taper, and I'll show you guys that here in just a second. But before we do that, I need to knock off this corner on this butt swell right here at the tree. A little bit too wide right here to come through the sawmill, and this right here ends on the other side, so there's no sense in keeping it. Alright friends, here's why this timber is not centered on the clamp. Right there is the clamp actually. You usually want your timber falling right there in the middle. And the reason being, right there at the large end, that's the butt cut of this tree. And man, it swells out pretty big even after we took that chunk off the side. And down here on the small end, it's a pretty good difference in diameter. Plus, there's a little bit of a crook to it, as you can see. It's like climbing a little mountain right there. So for one, I wanted the large end facing me so I can make sure my mill could go through there and the cutthroat could pass. And it's gonna be pretty tight. I'll show you guys that here in just a second. But this is a shorter log. It's only about 7 feet long. Cherry grows really crooked. It's rare you get a nice straight one this size. So I wanted to make sure the small end fell on this toe board right here. That way I could raise this up and make it even with the large end down there and get a nice flat cut on our first pass. Some really good looking cherry. Look at that end grain right there. Limited sapwood. This is going to be a nice tree, guys. And check out the face we're going to saw into. That's the widest face on this timber. And it may max out the whitehead, people. Look at that. It's going to be pretty close. All right, so down here on the large end, as you can see, this thing is shaped kind of like a heart. But it's going to max out the cutthroat, guys. It's going to be real close on both ends. And we may flip it 180 once we get it cut, just to go ahead and start on the bottom and work our way back up, because this right here sticks out more than I like over here on the drive side. Man, that's wide right there. This is going to be a good one. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's do the measurements real fast. The diameter on the operator's side, 31 inches. Diameter on the small end, 23 inches. And we are just a little bit proud of 7 feet on the length. All right, guys. Only thing left to do is to crank up this sawmill and make some dust. I'm telling you, this is going to be a nice one. We hauled these in about a month ago. I got 2 of them here at the mill. I got 1 more to go get. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime cherry for me in this area I live in. You don't see cherry this big. When the logger contacted me about this timber, that's one of the first things he told me was, I've not seen cherry this size in a long time. We're going to do 9/4 slabs on it, live edge, saw it through and through. So stick here with me, guys. These first few cuts, I'm just going to kind of do some prospecting to make sure I like what I see here as we start removing this top layer. But once we get this thing nice and flat and centered up, it's going to be really nice. And there's cabbage. That's a shocker right there. What are you doing, bud? Got sawdust on your head. All right, let's get going. My goodness, look at that. That is a keeper.
Out of the darkness, into the light. Won't let it go easy, not without a fight. No matter